Another faction which had a pretty rough time of it following their codex release was the Custodes, and whilst they have certainly pulled themselves up a lot over the last couple of data slates, there has still always been one point of contention that people really haven't been happy about, and that is their Jetbikes. The Vertus Praetors aren't exactly cheap, and they never really had a good stat line to show for it. 70 points each got you a toughness 6 body with a 2-up save, 4-up in run, and 4 wounds, so it wasn't exactly stellar. And then their shooting also left quite a lot to be desired. They had generic strength 4, no AP, 1 damage bolters from their hurricane bolters, and then their salvo launchers, meant to be their chief anti-tank option, were strength 9, -2, and 3 damage. That's it. No melter, no anti-vehicle rules or anything like that. It just felt very, very flat and unexciting. Well, don't worry, because GW have heard your cries, and the Vertus Praetors in the latest Dataslate and field manual have had a change, and they have gone up in points. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Am I reading that right? Yes, the Shield Captain on Jetbike is up 20 points to 160, whilst the regular Vertus Praetors are up 5 to 75 points each. So now a minimum squad of 2 is costing you 150 points instead of 140. So before you get the pitchforks, you may be asking why, how is this fair, what is going on? Well, the increase in points did come with a few small little changes, just minor inconsequential changes, like the Shield Captain going up to toughness 7 instead of toughness 6 and gaining an extra wound going up to 8, and the regular Praetors also getting a bump up to toughness 7 and also gaining a wound going up to 5 each. That is a very, very significant change. It makes them much more durable against all the strength 6 and strength 7 firepower and attacks that were being thrown into them. And with that extra wound, they are massively more resilient against certain weapon types. 2 damage attacks are now way less effective against the regular Praetors because you will need 3 unsaved wounds to kill them instead of just 2, whilst things like D6 plus 1 damage las cannons physically cannot kill a Shield Captain anymore in just 1 shot. And I mean, yes, it wasn't that likely to do it before, you would need to roll really, really hot, but the fact is that he is now immune to a single las cannon lucking out and killing him in one go. So these 2 changes alone, the bump in toughness and the extra wound each, are really significant, and despite the increased cost, they definitely now make this unit much, much more viable. But that isn't where it all ends, because yes, their durability got boosted significantly, but so did their damage output. If you want to keep your anti-infantry option, the Vertus Bolters have gone from 3 shots at strength 4, 0 AP and 1 damage with twin linked and rapid fire 3, but now they have got a hugely improved -1 AP and flat 2 damage. And they're still hitting on 2s, so now you have got a gun that is rapid fire 3 and twin linked, so when you are within 9 inches of an enemy, you are getting 6 strength 4, -1 AP, 2 damage shots that are re-rolling wounds, which is actually quite scary. A single biker will now be able to kill off almost 2 Marines by himself, whereas before he would have barely done about 1 wound to that same profile. So it really is much, much better, and it is going to massively help you to thin out the herd, so to speak, of any squad you are going into in the following charge phase. If instead you want to keep the anti-tank option and keep them as your ranged anti-tank, you do still have the option to go for the salvo launcher, and again, this has had a huge change. It's got possibly one of the biggest glow-ups in all of 10th edition so far. It has gone from 1 shot at strength 9, -2 AP and 3 damage, to now being 1 shot at strength 10, -3 AP, D6 plus 1 damage, and twin linked. Effectively, a unit of 3 Vertus Praetors has gone from doing around 3 damage to a toughness 9 vehicle like an Impulsor, to now doing about 8 damage to that same vehicle. So over doubling and nearly tripling their output, and they can now be really, really aggressive and reliable vehicle hunters. So yes, they have gone up, they are still very pricey, but with that added level of durability and that added level of offensive power, the Vertus Praetors and the Shield Captain on Jetbike are now super fast, super durable, super offensive, and just very, very good despite their new cost. The Praetors themselves, the Vertus Praetors, do get one final buff on top of that, which is in their datasheet ability, Quicksilver Execution. This used to only go off after they had advanced, meaning you had to do this and basically forego your shooting on them, which to me was always just a bit stupid really. Now it procs after you've made a normal or advanced move. So you can jet up there 12 inches, fly over an enemy unit, do a load of mortal wounds on a 2+, and then still get your shooting into them. They really can be very scary in terms of their damage output now. They can fly over, do mortals, still shoot with their new and improved guns, and then still be charging in and being almost impossible for your opponent to fight off thanks to their new and improved durability. They are just in such a good place now, I think, and I really do believe we are going to be seeing a lot of them taking their rightful place back on the battlefield in the next few months. They really do fit in with a good few detachments in the Codex, and even the new one that we saw in the Grotmus, although that is based around vehicles primarily, there are some strats in there that do go on mounted units, so they are going to just be much more generically useful no matter what detachment you are bringing. But in and of themselves, on their own datasheet, they have got one of the biggest glow-ups we have seen in a long time. So I'm really happy for Custodes players. I think this was a well overdue and very much needed change to get the Jetbikes back where they should be. There were a few things there that didn't really make sense in terms of why they were toughness 6 and 4 wounds, but I just think it is such a good change to their durability and their offensive power, and I think they are in a really good spot now. But as always, what do you think of these changes for the Custodes? Did they need more, or is the updated profiles on the Vertus Praetors and the Shield Captain enough to leave them in a good enough spot? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.